Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Blame It on the Stars, where we give you an inside look to what's going on in the universe so you can blame your problems on the stars. It is Jade here.
And it's Kara.
And this week, Mars enters Gemini, and we also have the second full moon in Capricorn. But in case you missed it, last week, Venus entered Leo. So if you want to know more about Venus entering Leo, then definitely check out last week's episode before diving into this one.
And just to give you a heads up, next week we will tell you everything you need to know about Leo season and how it affects you.
And with that being said, let's dive into the episode. So Mars enters Gemini on July 20th at 4:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per usual, the date and time are from the website astroseek.com. What you need to know. Mars is the planet that rules our action, our drive, and our motivation. And when it enters the very versatile sign of Gemini, you'll notice that you have a lot stronger of a drive to pursue all of your multiple interests. This is a time where there's a lot of mental energy happening and you're feeling a little bit more curious to participate in activities that might stimulate your mind, whether it be playing games, puzzles, or learning a new skill, anything that can challenge your intellect.
How this affects you. While Mars is in Gemini, your ability to multitask and adapt to different circumstances will be enhanced. You will be more motivated to explore new ideas, to communicate effectively, and to make quick decisions. This makes it a good time for networking, learning new skills, and participating in discussions with others.
Why this matters. Gemini is a sign that's really known for its adaptability and its ability to think quickly. So during this transit, you're a lot more flexible and possibly even open to new experiences, which can lead to you taking on fresh perspectives and seeing things in a different way. So this is a really good time to embrace that mental agility and really use your communication skills to connect with others and also drive any projects that you're working on forward and problem solve.
Something you might not know is that Mars in Gemini can also bring a very restless energy that can push you to try out new things and embrace change. This is a good time to break out of your current routine and to explore different paths or methods to achieve your goals. You might find that you're more drawn to writing, speaking, and reading, or trying out new apps or websites like Notion or GoodNotes to help you stay organized.
If you were wondering how long this transit lasts, Mars will enter Cancer on September 4th at 3:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have between July 20th and September 4th to experience Mars in Gemini.
And per usual, certain signs will be affected more than others. The signs that are most affected by Mars in Gemini are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces placements. By placements, we mean Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars placements only.
There are some key dates you're going to want to pay attention to. These are the aspects that Mars will make while it's in Gemini. The first is on July 21st. Mars will trine Pluto, which can bring some intensity and determination to anything that you're doing that day. You might feel really empowered and also capable of overcoming any obstacles that come your way with resilience and strength, making this a really good day for being ambitious and making transformative changes in your life.
And then on August 3rd, Mars will be sextile the North Node. This aspect will align your actions with your path in life. You might experience new opportunities or connections that help you work towards your long-term goals and aspirations. This makes it a good time to take action and embrace new directions in your life.
And then on August 14th, Mars will conjunct Jupiter, which can bring a lot of confidence and enthusiasm into your day. The plus side is you'll feel really motivated to take bold risks or to pursue any of your goals with a huge sense of optimism and determination. But my caution note is always that Jupiter is a planet of excess sometimes, and that could mean overlooking things. So definitely lean into the expansive and growth-oriented energy that comes with Jupiter, but just be mindful not to overlook anything while you're taking action on any of your goals or plans.
And then on August 16th, Mars will be square Saturn. This aspect will bring some challenges and obstacles to your goals and plans. You might encounter delays, setbacks, or feelings of frustration on this day. So it's really important that you approach anything that comes up with patience and persistence. This is a good time to focus more on building a solid foundation and be consistent with your goals.
And then lastly, on September 3rd, Mars will square Neptune, which can bring some confusion on this day. So it's going to be really important that you try to avoid any misunderstandings and just clarify your intentions, or if there's any confusion that you're experiencing, just make sure that you get that clarity on what's actually going on rather than being possibly misled or starting an argument over nothing. And then the next thing that happens in astrology is the day after Mars enters Gemini. The full moon in Capricorn will happen on July 21st at 6:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the second full moon in Capricorn during Cancer season. What you need to know. A full moon in Capricorn marks an ending or a culmination of your efforts as it relates to Capricorn-like things, including responsibilities, long-term goals, or even your career. This is a really good time for you to check in with yourself and assess any progress you might have made as it relates to your career goals or just any long-term goals in general, and possibly making any adjustments needed, whether that means being more disciplined or having more structure to make those goals happen.
How this affects you. Capricorn's grounded energy will emphasize the importance of hard work, perseverance, and being strategic. You might feel a strong drive to complete certain tasks because, again, full moons are a culmination of things. So while you might not be starting anything new, this is a good time to finish anything that you've started. It's also a good time to reflect on your career path and evaluate any achievements that you have made so far so that you can recognize your hard work and celebrate the small wins.
So why this matters. Capricorn's influence during a full moon brings a focus on stability and practical achievements. So this transit can really help you recognize the importance of staying dedicated to any long-term goals or projects that you're working on. And it is a time to, as Kara mentioned, celebrate your successes no matter how small they are, and keep building on the wins you already have to help build that solid foundation and continue to have that practical and methodical approach.
Something you might not know is that this is the second of 2 full moons in Capricorn that we have during Cancer season. This means that we have 2 opportunities to reflect on Capricorn themes. This full moon is an extension of the first one, so it's really important to reflect on what happened around the time of the first full moon and the themes that came up, because that can offer more insight and understanding about what this full moon means for you.
Per usual, certain signs are affected more than others by this full moon. Those signs are going to be Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra. And that is personal placements only: Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, and or Mars placements. Now, there are some aspects to this full moon that make this a little bit more interesting. The first is that the Sun is tightly sextile Mars and the Moon is tightly trine Mars. So this aspect will be felt pretty strongly. This aspect can bring an extra sense of motivation and assertiveness when it comes to pursuing your goals. Since Mars is our physical energy and the Capricorn energy is really all about that long-term planning, long-term goals, Mars might be encouraging you to take action and have more drive when it comes to anything you might be working on.
At the time of the full moon, the sun will also be sextile Uranus with the moon trine Uranus. This alignment is going to bring a positive and inspirational energy, as Uranus is known for bringing about new ideas and changing things up. Because full moons are all about releasing, Uranus's spontaneous energy can help you to let go of things so that you can embrace new things moving forward.
Also, the sun is exactly trine Neptune and the moon is exactly sextile Neptune. So this will also be felt very strongly. You'll notice that your intuition is a lot stronger on this day, and you may feel really spiritually connected and even inspired. So this is a good day to engage in any spiritual practices if you like to do full moon rituals or anything along those lines. So if you're not someone who usually likes to do things like full moon rituals, you may feel more called to do something like that on this day. Outside of the spiritual aspect of Neptune, you might notice that you're feeling more empathetic and willing to practice acts of kindness and be compassionate with others.
And lastly, the sun will be opposite Pluto with the moon conjunct Pluto. This aspect is going to bring a lot of intensity to your actions and emotions. You might find that there is a need for balance between your inner self and outer self. It's possible that feelings will come up that need to be addressed. So this could be a good time to journal for self-reflection, to lean on others for support, and find a healthy outlet for your emotions.
And that is it for this week. Again, next week we'll be talking all about Leo season. So if you want to know more about that, then make sure wherever you're listening to this podcast, you're subscribed with the notifications turned on so you don't miss when we post next week. But until then, that is all for now, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.